Welcome to The Weird and the Weary. I'm Jason. With me, as always, is Kevin.
Hello there, everybody.
And Lee Noble.
Yeah, hey, what's up, man?
Now, sometimes you grow up thinking you're going to be something big. You want to, you can do anything, you're told. You can do anything.
Like that Tom Hanks shit, right?
Like the Tom Hanks shit?
Yeah, when you're a little 9-year-old and you grow up and be a curly-haired man.
Is it, like big?
Yeah, big.
So
big.
Is that what you wanted? You wanted to be a 9-year-old adult?
Just so I could hang out with a chick for 24 hours and maybe get lucky.
Wow.
I mean,
Then go back to my life, ghost her.
Elizabeth Perkins was kind of easy in that movie because I think he was only an adult for like 3 weeks.
But they paid a good amount of money, so...
Did he pay her money? Was she a prostitute? I don't think she was a prostitute in that movie, but...
No, that was before. That was the inspiration for Pretty Woman.
he had like a pinball machine or something. That's enough.
He had all the cool stuff. He had, like the whole house was just a big toy chest, really.
Yeah, he had those sick bunk beds.
And the silly string. Lots of silly string. That's flammable. They could have died, but nobody smoked, so that's good.
It was like being in an Unreal Tournament mod, that toy, the kids' room.
Oh, yeah.
Being all over the place.
And sometimes you want to be a big sports star. You want to be a baseball player, or like you want to be David Beckham. You want to be a soccer player. That's a hell of a sport, soccer too. That's like an all-around, full-body athletic sport.
Oh yeah, I used to want to be a soccer star, and then I figured out how much work it is, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me.
Right? No, I'm not about cardio.
Did you play in high school?
High school? No way. I figured out way before then. I was like, oh, this is a lot of work. I better check out these computer things.
Yeah, I never played until high school. And I played for 4 years. It was fun.
I caught out-of-bounds balls for the girls' team.
Ooh,
that's what I did.
Nice.
Out-of-bound balls?
Out-of-bound balls.
So those were guys that were out of their league, and you were just like, you're out of bounds, buddy. Sorry. Out-of-bound balls.
Get out of here.
This is a real story.
Okay.
I knew a lot of the girls on our soccer team in high school, and they're like, "Oh, come out and be the ball catcher for us."
Nice.
This is a normal ball catcher. It was another guy who wasn't in. Well, I'm like, whatever, sure. Go smoke a joint behind the school, whatever, and then go out and catch the balls. And really, it was I would just kind of trot over, get the ball. I'm like, you got to move faster. I'm like, great, okay. And it was another team from another school that seemed to just really have very beautiful young ladies on the team.
Okay.
And, being the same age as them, it was kind of hard to pay attention to the out-of-bound ball.
Sure.
Then I look across the field, and there's another guy. He's their ball catcher.
Oh, my God.
He's got a cowboy hat on.
Oh.
He's stanced. He's in like that horse stance, but he's like moving back and forth. Like he's ready. He's like in goalie mode.
Love that.
Whoa.
He was doing duck and rolls, catching the ball as it come out of bounds. Like not interrupting the bounds either. He made sure it was out before he caught him. But he put me to shame. This is my first time.
Yeah.
My first time.
This guy's a pro.
This guy's a pro. I didn't know this was the thing. I thought that the girls just wanted me there because they wanted me there. No. Ball catching's a real thing.
Yeah, Texas Pete is really showing you up over there.
Texas Pete, he two-gunned me down and then pulled like another gun out from under his hat and finished me off.
You weren't even ready for that.
I wasn't.
It was Texas guy.
I didn't know there was
First name's guy.
There's a score. There's a score for the ball catchers. It's in our heads.
You're never going to make it to the finals.
He won. He won so much.
Yeah, that was just foreplay for the girls later.
It was then.
It was just like, did you see those flips and rolls? Oh my God, so hot.
There was some talk about that. And it was then I realized that I could never catch balls like that guy.
He was the ultimate ball catcher.
I was a fraud. I shouldn't have been there. But, I tried my best. I tried to pretend to be something I wasn't. And you got to spend nearly every day of your life practicing. This guy obviously did. He didn't lose the cowboy hat once.
Oh, I love that. He probably jumped up every time. He's like, "You're welcome, ma'am."
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
He's using bobby pins.
Just like the players on the field, they have to do constant drills to keep themselves in shape, keep themselves in line, and know what defensive, offensive maneuvers, and so do the ball catchers, I'm sure.
Sure.
You have to work really hard to perfect this art. I mean, like, kicking at an angle, that's crazy, Like, watching some of these professionals, how they can, what do they say, bend it like Beckham, You can make momentum on the ball, like kind of like how a pitcher does, by kicking it certain ways. It's nuts.
Torque the shit out of your knee.
Sure. But if you're strong, like that ball catcher, you won't torque your knee.
Texas
guy.
Now, back in the 80s, soccer was still pretty popular. Not huge here in the States, but around the world, football's a highly recognized sport.
Sure, yeah. Everybody loves it. From what I hear.
And there was one player in particular who didn't do any of this hard work at all.
Oh.
Nope, he spent his days and nights chasing parties, women, and then he convinced his fans and colleagues to sing his praises somehow.
Oh, that sounds like that's exactly what I wanted to be. I wanted to be like that lifestyle, but I didn't want to do any of the work.
Right. You could like work out on your own, keep your body in good shape, but you don't have to do any drills.
Yeah, I just want to look good enough for people to not call my bluff. That was the goal.
Right.
Yep.
Well, you could have been like Carlos Henrique Raposo.
Wow, you really rolled those R's. Love that. That sounds right to me.
And he was born to a poor family in Rio Pardo, Brazil.
Okay, now calm the fuck down, Enrique.
In 1963.
All right, Texas guy.
Now, Carlos, he had a striking resemblance to a famed player named Franz Beckenbauer.
Franz Beckenbauer.
Franz Beckenbauer. And he was an astute man, a good-looking guy, and people knew who he was because football's huge in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's been lots of fatalities over football. We don't have the statistics today, but I've seen the news.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And he adopted the nickname of Kaiser. Carlos Kaiser.
That's the same thing they called Franz Beckenbauer, I think.
I believe it is, because he is German.
Sure, that makes sense.
And then he made buns at the end of his career.
It was a different time.
Hence the
in the
Kaiser
80s.
bun.
Ooh,
And in
nice.
Brazil.
No, that's old.
That's what he named his butt cheeks.
They're the Kaiser buns.
Because he had little poppy seeds all
I was
over
going to say
him,
little black
blackheads.
flecks.
Yeah, that was a condition. We don't talk about that so much.
Okay. Could be bot flies, too.
Oh,
Ooh,
stop
gross.
it. Oh, God. We need to end this now. I have all this imagery in my head I don't like.
Upcoming show, actually, about how people...
Tryptophobia.
No, people like to birth them.
I'm going to move on.
Oh!
I'm going to skip that episode.
We're going to...
They're all from Cronenberg's hometown.
Coming soon to the Weird and Weary. So he called himself Carlos Kaiser. Why not? Many young kids, they look for ways to get out of their hometowns, out of their poor lifestyles, and to get into these high fame, sports personality kind of thing.
But don't they actually go out and do shit so they can fucking make it?
Yeah, usually.
This dude.
He tried his luck by joining the Botafogo soccer club in 1972. And I would imagine at this point, he looked like the Kaiser, but I don't think he really, had the heart of the Kaiser.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to see if he
like,
had the mustache of the Kaiser.
He was like 9 years old, so I doubt he had the mustache by then.
Well,
he may have.
I mean, yeah, he is.
He may have had a strong.
He's he's a Spanish young man. So
genetics.
Lee Noble's passport, when he was about 15,
Yes.
he had a huge mustache.
No, I didn't have a huge one, but I totally looked Dominican.
Like
Nice.
as big as my mustache.
Ooh, powerful.
Yeah, like all of this mustache right here. So.
You call this whole thing a mustache?
Yes,
Love
yeah,
that.
the whole.
I was buying beer for everybody.
Now, he tries out for the soccer club, and he also tried out for the Flamengo team in 1973.
Ooh, yeah.
He made it.
Yeah.
He made it. Because of his good looks, probably.
Probably devilishly handsome. Are you the Kaiser? And he's walking around at like 10. He's like, yeah, I'm that guy.
I am. Now, these are like little league teams. So
Right, yeah. It's like the youth soccer league, but...
I was giving you all a build up, but no, it's just like youth soccer. It's AYSO kind of stuff, But yeah, he got in. He could play. He was a kid. All kids could play. All kids play. They play. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But about 6 years later, during a training session, he managed to impress some scouts from Club Puebla. Mm-hmm. It's a Mexican professional team.
Hey, all right. Sounds like he's getting somewhere.
That's good, So he did practice a little bit for a few years, and they moved on. They signed him, and he's able to start chasing the dream of becoming a professional soccer star.
He did it from Brazil to Mexico, living the dream.
Yeah,
Bueno.
good stuff. But he was cut. He was cut a few months later.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
He didn't even get a chance to play a single game.
Oh no!
Did he practice with the team?
Well, I would say he started out maybe doing some drills, but it was only a few months that he had with them. So
not long enough to prove his worth, I guess.
Maybe a couple scrimmages, but Kaiser was determined to be a star, though.
Carlos, go drop the ball. Drop the ball like this? No. Don't use your hands. Drop the ball. What is this trap? I do what I want. What is it? You just did a trap, Carlos. Huh? What is this called?
It's called sit the fuck down on the bench, Carlos.
Okay.
It's Kaiser. Shut up! But he was determined. He wasn't going to let a little setback like this take his dreams away.
Good.
No way.
Power through.
So Carlos returned to Brazil, and he made a decision. Since practicing soccer didn't get him anywhere, and trying hard hadn't gotten him the success he really wanted, he's going to change his approach to stardom.
Okay, sure. Back to the drawing board. Makes sense.
Yeah. He put all his efforts into pursuing a stronger social game.
Ooh, yeah.
So he's a little ahead of his time.
Sure.
So that would allow him to get into the better training regimens and stuff?
Sure. He started schmoozing and befriending all these other prominent soccer players, as many as he could find.
Sure.
I mean, he was, I guess, having, getting scouted in, you can kind of say, get into these social networks that you weren't able to get into before.
Right, like once you see someone, you're like, oh, you play soccer, I got scouted too.
Right, I was in Mexico. Well, great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know Juan? Oh, yeah.
I'm Kaiser.
Lots of Juans.
A lot of Juans.
The guy with the mole. Oh, yeah, I know a lot of guys with the moles.
It wasn't really difficult to do in Rio, really. I mean, it's Soccer Central, man. Come on.
Sure, yeah, they got players everywhere.
Now, he utilizes connections with these big-name celebrities, these big-name soccer players, and Carlos Kaiser began playing for the Botafogo again in 1981.
Oh, yeah.
So it took about 2 years to get, little greasy palms in there. You need to practice during that. He's practicing, his mouth game, not the ball game. He's not a ball catcher.
No.
For sure.
He's definitely a ball kicker.
He's
More of a ball kicker and fucking Zach with sucker punch. I'm sorry, I can't let it go. Fuck.
Now, since he put so much effort in becoming a celebrity, he didn't really have time to play the game. So, his recommendations from soccer stars that brought him more clout, he needed to argue for a contract that allowed him for a few months to get back in shape. Because it's been a couple years.
Sure, he's like, well, I played for that team back then, so
right.
Look at this weight I put on in the meantime.
Right.
Give me a couple months, I'll definitely get back into it.
Yeah, clubbing, meeting up with these different soccer stars at the clubs. You're going to put on a few pounds drinking.
Yeah,
and eating the peanuts or whatever they have at the bar, right?
Too many carbs.
Now, this was before any play time or even practice time was expected from Kaiser.
Nice. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good way to line up your future.
Yeah.
Because you want to be your best. You want to be your best when you're playing for your team.
So you should definitely, if you can get your team to pay you for a few months of just working out on your own, whatever, you do your thing.
Right.
That's a good deal.
It's good.
Yeah, and you can't do that last minute shit the night before.
No.
You're not losing 15 pounds of fat to get 20 pounds of muscle.
I forgot what that wrestling movie was back in the 80s.
Vision Quest.
No, was it Vision Quest?
With fucking Matthew Modine.
Is that where he, in the suit? Yeah, and he,
he was getting the nosebleeds and shit.
Yeah, he, melts, 8 pounds, fucking sweats off 8 pounds, and he almost dies. He does a Martin Lawrence, and then he goes and wrestles and wins or something. Or he loses.
Yeah.
Does he
No.
He wins?
At the end, I think he wins, but I remember watching that, man. He was because he was getting the nosebleeds, and I was a kid thinking, oh, he's losing so much weight. He can't keep all the blood in his body. That's why he's having these nosebleeds.
Science.
He should have died.
Yeah, he was doing extreme shit.
Just extreme before it was cool.
Extreme.
So now during this crunch time that Kaiser had set up for himself, he would just still pretend that he was a soon-to-be-discovered star.
Ooh, nice.
And he'd go to great extremes to portray this. He'd even carry fake cell phone and, like, gibbered English phrases into the cell phone as he's, like, pretending he's negotiating with other teams.
Blumpkin.
Right. So and this is one of those fake fucking satchel phones, probably, too.
Right.
Like
It's
those
like
old sat phones.
The early 80s, those things are tanks.
No, it was some My Little Pony shit or whatever.
Oh, man.
It's got, like, He-Man on it.
Yo, man, you see that shit?
Motherfucker talking to Skeletor.
Nah, Mumra. He's definitely a Thundercats dude.
Now, months of this crap went on with him faking phone calls and trying to make himself bigger than he was. Mm-hmm. And then he finally agreed to start practicing with the team. Only to come down with a sudden injury. Just out of the blue.
Oh, no, my hamstring.
Oh, the hammy.
the hammies.
I just got out of bed. I'm dehydrated. And
I distended my testicle.
ooh, that's a bad one. So, yeah, he was injured, and it was before any team could determine that he wasn't actually skilled at playing.
Nice.
So
Good move.
I don't know if that was taught by the big stars. Maybe. Because some of those fake hits that you see online,
right.
those montages people make,
yeah,
they're kind of ridiculous.
Right.
They are.
Like guy blows a snot rocket on the field, and then the other guy, like the goalie, goes flying. Oh, sniped! Just
I don't know what it was like in the 80s. Maybe he's the guy that pioneered this.
He could have.
But around the world, a couple of babies died because of that snot.
Snot incident.
It just dislodged something in the world. Baby's dead.
Is this the butterfly effect of snot?
The snotifly effect. The snot will fly effect.
It's better than the blotfly effect.
Well, also in this era, there was a huge lack of medical imaging technology that we have now. Mm-hmm. So they weren't really able to see what kind of injuries he had. They just kind of had to take him on his word for what happened to him, what hurts.
I guess his hammies hurt.
Right. Ooh, yeah, I tried to walk it off. Yeah, those Charlies in the morning, you get we all get them sometimes. They could ruin your day. Mm-hmm. You fall. Just a bad thing, but you got to take his word, man. Come on.
Yeah. So this is the early 80s, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
This is like 83, I think, now. Because he's been doing the fake negotiations and then okay, now I'm ready to practice. So yeah, he's
well, the Smurfs were around then, right? I think they were because they were in Norway a while before.
I thought they were French. Weren't they French first? They're French, right? Peyo's French.
No, I thought it was Swedish. I don't think it's French.
I don't know. My grandmother said they're the devil.
The devil?
Smurfs are
well, no, I was just saying, would they be
They had hexes in their windows because they're farmers.
They'd be like, Carlos, what's it feel like? Oh, it feels like a bunch of Smurfs inside with jackhammers in the nerves. Oh, shit. Oh, hurts. God damn.
Eventually, a doctor that he spoke English pretty well.
Uh-huh.
And he realized that the Kaiser's cell phone conversations were fake.
Oh, no.
This guy's a great big phony. Big fat phony soccer player.
He's talking about Sesame Street. This is bullshit.
Fucking Big Bird on the other line.
Right.
This mother...
At the tone, the time will be. And, he made an attempt to reveal him as a fraud. However, the Kaiser's reputation had already been solidified. Everybody knew who he was. They thought he was great for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what politicians do, too.
He's just a really good schmoozer.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he was really good at something, just
Yeah.
not athleticism.
This coincided with the WWF.
Yeah, he befriended so many famous soccer players that helped jumpstart his career, and he socialized with journalists as well as the Botafogo. Kaiser, steady enough army of supporters to just keep himself afloat. He didn't even have to be on the field. Everybody
Nice.
knew who he was.
Yeah. I heard he's quite the party animal there. Every time they threw a little party, he showed up with flocks of ladies on his arms, bringing them for the whole crew, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Kaiser style. That's how the Kaiser rolls. You know, I think Kaiser Wilhelm was all about that too. Like all Kaisers.
Kaisers roll deep.
The Kaiser Seagulls. Oh, yeah.
Kaiser Seagull.
Flock of Kaisers.
So shortly after the ruse was discovered that he signed with Flamengo, another soccer team based in Rio. Mm-hmm. And he went through the same motions there. He was granted a period of time to get back into shape because he's injured.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And he encountered another injury suddenly before his initial practices. And he's unable to play until healed. You know, the same thing.
God, these hammies of his are just the worst.
You know, atrophy at this point because he hasn't really done much in almost 5 years now.
And he's getting a paycheck.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
State workers.
Right, pretty much. Pretty much. He's an indentured servant, but just to the television, pretty much at this point.
He's a pro on this bench.
Oh, man. It's like the best warmer of all time. His injury, it really never healed.
Because it never existed.
But his repertoire grew during this time. He claimed to have played in a number of teams in Argentina.
While injured.
And before his lies could catch up, he fled the country.
While injured.
But not before signing a 2-year contract with Gazelic Aheco. I hope I said that right.
It's French, I'm not sure.
Unlikely.
Then Gazelic Ajaccio, maybe?
That sounds more likely.
French football club that one of his friends played for, one of his famous friends.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the famous friends.
It doesn't matter. They're all famous.
That's what he says.
Now, the club arranged for him to be present at an unveiling of sorts, a training session that allowed fans to come visit, where they'd be able to see him play. And in a last-ditch effort to avoid his lack of skills being discovered, Kaiser decided to lay into his showmanship abilities. He ran around the field continuously kicking every soccer ball he could find up into the crowd as souvenirs to the fans. Cheering and kissing his club badge the entire time.
Someone's beer got knocked the fuck out.
Well, this worked. This got the onlookers in a frenzy, man. There wasn't even a single ball left in the field. He kicked them all in there. He was probably so fucking tired.
Yeah, probably. It's like the most work he ever did in his whole career so far.
He hasn't done that much soccer since he was 10.
Yeah.
Easily.
Whew. Make me feel like a kid again.
Now, this coaxed the fans and journalists into singing his praises again, and for the remainder of his contract. And despite his lackluster skills in the few games he did play in, which consisted of 0 total goals.
Pretty good for a striker.
His winning personality convinced all these new journalist friends to write articles singing his praises, including one that portrayed him as the team's top goal scorer for 8 seasons. He played less than 2.
That's probably not important. That's fake news.
That's it. He's so awesome anyway. They might just confuse him for the real Kaiser at this point.
Kaiser Wilhelm.
Kaiser never ages, man. He's just the best.
From the fountain of youth, he did it.
He's like Keanu Reeves. Or that Pharrell Williams. So smooth.
This inflated fame that he has, it brought him back to his hometown of Brazil.
All right.
In
Brazil.
Brought him back to Brazil again, his hometown. And he signed a short-term tentative contract playing for Bangu. And that was a team sponsored by the big mobster and leader of the criminal gambling empire named Castor de Andrade.
Nailed it.
And Castor, he had heard a great many stories about Kaiser at this time, exemplifying his abilities as a soccer player and a womanizer. He was eager to see his abilities on both fields.
Oh, yeah.
In person.
Right, well...
I want to watch live, no video.
Castor got this way. on his own. I want to see how the Kaiser does it now.
Kaiser likes to watch. I'm like castor oil. Take it.
Many lavish parties were regularly thrown, where Kaiser was able to prove his abilities to the ladies. However, his soccer skills, different story. He was only willing to play in practices with the team. And Castor, he got bored of this pretty quick. He ordered the coach to bring Kaiser in off the bench one game. At this point, Kaiser knew he had only one choice. If he played, his abilities would fail him, and he'd be killed for lying. However, if he didn't play, he'd be refusing a direct order from Castor. You can die from that too. So, backed into a corner, he threw all of his hope into an odd play once again. Ran out into the field, quickly caught wind of his supporters for the opposing team calling him a long-haired faggot. And
so wrong.
This was his chance, though. He ran up into the stands and started brawling with the slanderers, immediately getting ejected before even having a chance to play. Castor demanded an explanation from this after the match, and Kaiser said, God has taken both my parents away, but gave me another father, who they accused of being a crook, so I lost it and went for them. But don't you worry, because my contract is up in a week and I'll be off.
Oh,
Castor,
Carlos.
He's so moved by that. He extended his contract on the spot, and even gave him a raise.
This guy is so good at showmanship.
Showmanship? You mean bullmanship? Bullshit. What is that? Bullshit ship.
Nice.
Well, you're right, because Kaiser took this as another opportunity to have another injury. And that's great. You could just pick your injuries, though.
Oh,
You know,
jeez, these hammies again.
My hams!
You need me to help you move something? Nope. I'm going to hurt my back tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely tomorrow. It's in my book.
It's probably when I was fist fighting for your honor.
They said you were a crook, Mom.
I sneezed and threw my back out.
Well, yeah, he had this injury, and he was still on Castor's good side. So he was able to leave the team without any fallout when his contract expired. And for the next several years, he jumped from team to team, incorporating the same tactic, sudden injury, every time he was ready to start practicing or play. Mm-hmm. But he partied all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And living the life of a soccer star at the same time without even having to be one. Now, he decided to retire in 1992. That's a hell of a career. That's a hell of a long career for, like, what is it, like, total of, like, 8 minutes or something on the field, I think, right?
Well, he played, like, a couple matches where he didn't do anything good.
Wow.
He just kept running, like, away from the ball.
Right. Well, you don't want to get it dirty.
Right. That's smart.
Yeah. Well, if you get it dirty, then you can't get your trajectories right.
Oh, right.
I was a ball catcher.
I guess he would know best.
But, yeah, decades-long con, 0 goals, probably 0 assists, probably even 0 contact with the ball, except for when he kicked it into the crowd. You know?
Oh, right, yeah, he kicked all of those.
I would have actually kept doing that, like, during regular games. You know,
Just
and
keep...
Kaiser kicks another one in the crowd! He loves the crowd!
So he was one... He was... That was long. So he was 1.0 for nothing.
I'm going to fall over. No, I'm good.
Just grab the fan. You'll be okay.
Got another injury over there?
Oh, yeah, my hammy.
Oh, shit, he's just stroked out. Damn it.
Come on. Don't stroke out while we're in the room.
I'm good. I'm not faking it.
That makes it worse.
Now, journalists, they discovered his tale later, and when he was interviewed and questioned as to why he led such an elaborate ruse, his response, football clubs already deceived so many players, someone had to be the avenger. And when asked if he had any lingering remorse and about not even trying to play for any of the teams, Carlos Kaiser simply stated, I do not regret anything. He's actually kind of my hero.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm down with the Kaiser kind of. You know, that's
ultimate state worker, Carlos.
Now, could you imagine pulling off a ruse that could severely impact your life in a negative way? You know, maybe like imprisonment in a hard labor camp,
Ooh.
Nah, I could pass on that shit.
Yeah, I'll probably skip it.
Well, what do they say, right? What's that stupid saying? You only live once, right?
YOLO.
YOLO. Okay. And say you're really already an athlete, just not at the sport that you're pretending to play.
Ooh. That's a bold move. I like it.
That sounds familiar.
Well,
That happened in Space Jam.
I'm talking about this story.
yes. Yeah, in Space Jam.
I still haven't watched that.
We're changing the format of the show. We're going into Space Jam every episode. Now, two buddies from Australia. They're polo players, so they know how to whack a little ball with a mallet.
Mm-hmm.
Their names are Martin Rook and Evan Shea,
Okay.
both 28. The pair were at a polo tournament in Beijing and caught wind of a golf tournament. Now, you know, the guys that played golf, they're not professional golfers. They're professional polo players. It's a little different. If you ran with a horse on a golf course, you're going to get arrested and probably have to pay a lot of money to fix that.
Only if they catch you.
Only if they catch you, right. But, a good golfer could probably zing one right in your head as you're, riding away
Ooh.
good 200, 300 yards.
I'd watch that movie.
I would, too. Oh, wow, like a whole Western on the golf course. But their only weapons are their bag of golf clubs and their balls.
Duel.
4, 6. No!
But what's in some of those balls? Explosives.
Ooh.
High noon on hole 9.
James Franco and Seth Rogen starring.
4-shooter.
Foreskin shooter.
Like, Seth, I know you're busy with Houseplant, your new marijuana company, but, you hear that. This could be a movie.
That's his
Houseplant, yeah, Houseplant.
Mm.
Yeah. Interesting. Good name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is good.
So they caught wind of this tournament, and they went over and they they went and spoke to the organizers, and they were asked, "Are you the Australian golf team?"
Well, crikey, we are.
No, they didn't. They didn't say we are, and they didn't say we aren't.
Well,
They said we're Australians. We're
We're the Australians.
we're Australians. We golf. So they got taken as the Australian golf team to North Korea.
Ooh.
Yes.
What a twist.
Sounds like a comedy to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good buddy comedy.
Pauly Shore and Owen Wilson.
Now, okay. It does sound like one of those kind of movies. But these two, they fake their way into the most, secretive of nations. And doing that act right there is an act of espionage, which could put you in a labor camp for the rest of your life.
Yeah, they're committing fraud.
Yeah. They're seeking, they're getting entry fraudulently. So, yeah, they could probably be executed, really.
No, that's cool. They got a solid defense. They were like, we never said that we were the team.
Right. We're Australian.
And we happen to play golf. That's what we said.
Right. And we like smashing small balls with mallets.
And then they find out they're lying, and they're like, yeah, we need more eunuchs. Come here.
Now, it kind of unraveled as they got on the course, because it was a 2-day tournament. Yeah. They realized that they were not the actual pair because they had hit a 120. Now, in golfing, lower number's better.
Mm-hmm.
A 120 is pretty high for 18 holes. If you're, like a pro-am or pro, you should be hitting well under that.
Right.
You should be hitting, the par of the course. So, no, they went way over.
How far over?
Well, I don't know what the actual par of the course was, but I think it would be like 76 to 80-ish, yeah. So they were about 40 plus over strokes.
God.
That's bad.
Yeah,
2 nights in Beijing, and I'm here and golfing. I don't have a clue what to fucking do.
The caddy told them that it was going to bring great shame to their families.
Oh, no.
Because they were going to die on the golf course. Executed.
Their whole reasoning behind this was because they're like, we're internationalists now. Why don't we try to be dual internationalists? I think there's a lot of beer involved with this, or a lot of alcohol. A lot of alcohol being consumed, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think so.
Dash is stupid.
That's, they kind of go hand in hand.
You're supposed to just use a sprinkle, not a dash.
I mean, but it was like one of those moments, like, you're the Australian team. Okay. Yep.
You said it.
You said it.
Not me.
Now, it's mandatory to hand over your passports once you enter the country. So they did so. And they're fully chaperoned. It was a 5-day trip, 2-day tournament. And they're completely taken care of the whole time. And they had no trouble returning home afterward.
Ooh.
They believe because the internet access is so limited there, they really had no way of verifying. They can't just do a Google search and see if these are the golfers or not.
Because it was forbidden.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Very limited. They're like Mormon.
Well, every image search comes up with Kim Jong-il. It's like Jesus Christ. Yep, there he is again.
There he is.
Like 28 results, all him.
Yeah, the guy was probably trying to Google it to verify and got nothing. He's like, well, they got the accents. So.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what it could be American too. I don't know. It all sounds the same. I did a Google search once in the DRPK of Buddy Holly, and it was the same thing. It was just Kim Jong-il.
Oh, jeez. Buddy Holly.
Well, I mean, you can only listen to like stuff like that on the shortwave. So, like the pirate shortwave. It's like, oh, Buddy Holly, new stuff. Great.
Ooh, all right. That's fine. He's my buddy.
The Lord of the Rings. Oh, fantastic.
Like in the era of Carlos Kaiser, it was the Cold War. So, like, the joke in America was like, Levi's and Jordache in Russia, they'll kill each other for them.
Well, the thing
and
is,
wait in line for toilet paper,
but no, that's the thing, man. That shit was crazy. Like, things were so expensive and everything. Like, that was how it was.
Well, yeah, it's black market.
They had to break it down.
Crazy.
We need a profit.
So these two guys, they snuck into the country. They had the tournament. They had had some fun, and just got home unscathed.
Nice,
but it doesn't always happen that way. Like in the case of Otto Warmbler, 21-year-old American tourist who he took a political banner from a North Korean hotel. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Bad move.
That's an act of aggression. That's an act of war.
You know what happened with him?
15 years hard labor is what he got.
Ooh.
No, he got released.
I know he did, but this is what he was sentenced to.
Yeah. Mm.
15 years. He had to confess and apologize on the camera, saying it was the worst mistake of his life, and it was a hostile act. Then there was Matthew Miller, another young American who was arrested in 2014 when he tore up his visa after arriving in Pyongyang. Now, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're doing Into the Wild in North Korea? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Pull him aside and be like, hey, boy, let me ask you a question.
Right.
Are you dumb?
Right.
Or are you stupid?
Light your visa on fire as soon as you get off the plane. You get shot.
I like to imagine he's doing like a Job thing from Arrested Development. He just rips it up and he's like, and now I will escape from North Korea. Completely unaided.
Yeah. No, Matthew Miller didn't escape from Korea.
He went to jail.
Got sentenced to 6 years hard labor. He was released 202 days later through some diplomatic acts.
That still sounds more like Job.
And then there's the really bizarre case of Jeffrey Fowle in 2014. He left a Bible in a nightclub.
Ooh.
In the port city of Chongqing. He's a devout Christian who... he admitted he knew exactly what he was doing. He was detained and for trying to spread Christianity, but he knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
All these people knew what they were doing. It's stupid.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too. I mean, the golfers, fuck it, man. I'm 28. I'm in China.
I've only been for 20 years. I'll be okay.
Fuck it. I don't care.
Good
I'm
story.
going to go.
Yeah, maybe they just saw like Yes Man with Jim Carrey and they're like, I'll just say yes to whatever anybody asks me today.
This whole year, you say yes to everything. You're the golf team? Yes.
Here we go.
So, it's like Carlos. He just took it, man. He just took it as far as he could. Fake it till you make it. Good on him, man. Good on him.
Even if you don't make it, just keep faking it.
Is he still around?
He's still kicking. They just they interviewed him a bunch for a movie about this.
Yeah, he looks like a cross between Frank Stallone and Lou Reed.
Right. The articles that we referenced, Soccer's Ultimate Con Man was a superstar, couldn't play the game, by Tucker Lady Phillips from Atlas Obscura, and The Forgotten Story of Carlos Kaiser's Football's Greatest Con Man by Rob Smith at The Guardian. The 2016, 2017, respectively. So he's still kicking it.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably still...
He's probably still rocking that sweet, sweet mullet.
Hell yeah.
And we would like to wish you a happy birthday today, buddy.
Is his birthday?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, awesome.
Happy birthday, Carlos.
All hail the Kaiser.
All hail the
Feliz
Kaiser.
cumpleaños.
Or the Rye or the Kaiser, one of my favorite songs by Weird Al.
56.
He's 56 now.
56.
Wow. Illustrious.
What an awesome life.
Yeah, but tonight I'm going to go home. I'm not going to do any physical work. I'm not going to work out. And I'm going to be an NBA player.
Ooh.
I'm going to be, by the end of the week, I think I'll be signed by the Cavs probably. Because they need a player now, right? LeBron's gone. I can take his place.
They need a number one.
I can take his place.
I'm going for the fighting middleweight. Yeah, middleweight MMA.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking next weekend maybe.
McGregor's going. He was retired, right? So
I don't know. There's a jiu-jitsu place. They may have to put me in at little light heavyweight, so I may just go light heavyweight.
Wait.
Not have to.
You're going to go to a school, or you're going to just go like hop in the octagon?
I'm going to go to school for a day and observe and see what I can do. Maybe do a couple maneuvers. And
okay.
Then I'm going to sign
I would
up.
say watch a movie.
Yeah, probably watch a movie first to pick up those sweet moves.
Right.
You think maybe if I watch Lambada and another movie like that at the same time, that'll help?
Oh, yeah, one in front of each eye, probably.
Yeah. So I could probably do that with the VR.
Right, and you'll save all your strength. You won't be tired.
That's just smart thinking.
Yeah, I'll just lift weights while I sit in the chair.
And remember, the day of the fight, get injured.
Yeah, just pull that hammy.
I'll pull my testy.
My testy descended. Wait.
It finally dropped.
You're not a doctor.
Hey guys, my testes dropped. I can't work tonight.
On that note, I'm going to not jog home, and I'm not going to work out. That's what I'm not going to do.
That sounds perfect.
I'm just going to drive.
Yeah, and I'm going to be part of the Cavaliers. You hear that, guys? I'm going to be part of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think all you got to do is make friends with somebody else that'll vouch for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's good.
Right. So, I mean...
And get used to hearing...
Harden and I have pretty cool beards.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be tight.
Just show up with the ladies and you're good to go.
Right.
I could see you swatting the shit out of Harden. He's coming up trying to shoot those threes, those deep threes.
No. I wouldn't even be trying
and
to
you
swat.
block it, and you just block it, and it actually goes down to your
I'm Carlos
the court.
Kaiser. I'm
And
Kaisering.
it goes in.
I'm Kaisering. So when the ball comes near me, I'm like, whoa, foul.
But you didn't let me
I'm
finish.
going to call my own foul.
I heard the guy
During
over there
warm-ups. During warm-ups, you do that. You just come run down,
swat it.
as he's going up to do layups, and you swat the shit out of it and goes and does a three-pointer, and then you hurt yourself, and then you don't have to play.
Because he broke my face.
Right. He broke your face.
Right. He swatted me back.
With
swatted
his
my
beard.
basket. He swatted my face basketball back.
You found out he's a pair of brass knuckles in his beard. Just whipped it at you.
Well, you know what? I might just work on my face. I might just hit my face against the wall in preparation for when Harden swats my face in.
Nice. Toughen up.
Beard slap.
But on that note, be good to yourselves. Be good to everyone. I'm Jason.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Lee Noble, future UFC light heavyweight champion.
All the above.
I'm lead scorer of the Cleveland Cavaliers 8 years in a row. And we're the Weird and the Weary. Catch us online, www.weirdandweary.com, Twitter, Instagram, all those places on the internet where we're pretending to be celebrity, superstar, athletes.
Yeah, I thought it was just me, but I'm glad you guys are into it.
I'm just going to retweet all the fake athletes.
Yeah, just start calling them all out.
Hey, you know what? You haven't played a single game.
JKL Media.
Jekyll.